'Tis the season for the just don't care winter hair. Well, the length at least. Hi y'all, I'm Chase. Let's talk about adventure bikes. All manufacturers. I know normally this is about the Pan America, but let's just go with adventure bikes in general. Let's make this a Dear Adventure bike manufacturers, motorcycle manufacturers. What actually, what are people looking for now? You know, I hate to say this, and I mean, she's sitting right there, but that's not what everyone is looking for now. And there are a few reasons for that. First, let's just go over a general guideline of what people are looking for, at least from what I've seen online and my own personal preferences. We'll start with weight. Yes, weight. Everyone wants it to be lighter. That's all that matters. Now, I only know of one company that's trying to make that happen. I think it's called Cove or something along those lines. Even they can't really get it. I mean, they're saying that it's like, you know, something's 400 pounds. It turns out to be like 430, which for a 800cc bike is still pretty light. Horsepower and torque are, I don't know, secondary? I mean, they're still important, but I mean, it gets to a point where can you really use it? Especially if you're going to take it off-road at all. 150 horse on gravel. Yeah, I don't need that. So that's something else. 50 horse, 60 horse. That sounds pretty reasonable, especially if you can get the bike lighter. ABS. On the road, it's very nice. I've had to do a few sudden stops before without ABS, and with ABS, the ABS, yeah, it helps. I don't know how much you need it off-road, so, I mean, that's a give or take. Some people won't want it because it also makes it so, well, you're gonna have to go to a dealer to get it reset if you do a flush and fill, and the ABS, you can't just flush it on your own. You need a special tool for it, so that really sucks. So I can see why there are people that are against it. Traction control. Well, okay. Going up my road, my gravel road with traction control, especially the really steep hills and stuff, it's nice. But I've pretty much almost turned it completely off. I have it on the lowest setting possible. And I did it for years on bikes that were, let's just call it really stupidly dangerous to do that gravel road on. We're talking like straight up road tires. I did it for years. I mean, we're talking, I'm 14 years in here. So at least, let's see, till 2023. So 13 years I did it on regular street bike tires. Do you need traction control? It's nice. Maybe for in the rain and stuff like that. Honestly, it's one of those things that people can live without, and it's nice to have, but it's not something everybody needs. So, what's left? Well, the suspension. A moderately decent suspension would be nice. Something that's, you know, adjustable for weight. And rebound. Yeah, that kind of stuff. A somewhat moderately adjustable suspension. It doesn't have to be the most expensive electronic suspension like a certain someone has. But again, it's nice to have. But we're trying to build a serviceable adventure bike that can do a lot of things. Ease of maintenance. Yeah, if you look on the front of your Pan Am, there's a big like intake. They could have made that where you could literally pop on a filter and pop it off. In fact, I've thought about cutting it or trying to move some stuff around in there so I could put a filter on there and pull it off so I don't have to take the damn tank off to do it. That's insane. I shouldn't have to take the gas tank off to do that. I mean, I already got to do it for spark plugs, but having to do it every 5,000 miles is insanity, especially because I'm the type of person that stops on the way home before I get home and fills my tank. I have a compulsion, let's call it. But yeah, ease of maintenance is another thing. And I'm sorry, but every single manufacturer is guilty of this one. And it's, well, you got to do hydraulic valve checks and, you know, adjustments, and you have to check them and all this. Why? Harley, apparently, who by all accounts on everyone online, oh, they suck so bad. Oh, they're like tractors and they're crap. And they've managed to do it with automatically adjusted hydraulic valves. You're telling me that that all those Japanese manufacturers or European manufacturers, they can't figure it out? It's ridiculous at this point. There should be no reason for it, honestly. It's poor manufacturing. And don't get me wrong, it's not like Harley isn't capable of some very poor decision making with engineering or manufacturing. There's a hose right by the by the header that would beg to differ with that. But they're not the only ones that do these kind of things. So it's pretty much all of them. So again, ease of maintenance, that needs to be fixed. So, are there any bikes that are even close to, let's just call it the unicorn adventure bike? I'd say there's two. There's two. One's not even out yet, and the way things are going for that company. So, the first bike is going to be the Aprilia Touareg. That has all of these things. It's very nice. It's light. It's got enough horsepower. I mean, 80 horsepower and like 50 foot-pounds of torque, or a little bit over that, 54, 55. I don't remember what the number is, but it's somewhere in there. Cruise control. That's another one. Seriously, cruise control on every single one of these bikes, because it's an adventure bike. We're going to take it out on a trip. We might have to load it down. Your wrist gets tired. Anybody that's ridden a bike knows this. So being able to take your hand off the throttle and cruise along, that's a nice feature. So I'm sorry, but that's just one I'm never going to give up. It needs to be on every single one of these adventure bikes. Maybe not the like little 300 things that are, I don't even know if those will be around for too much longer, but maybe not on those. But anything above that, yeah, probably. It would be a good idea. But back to the Touareg. The only problem with the Touareg is the valve adjustments and valve checks every 12,000 miles. That's ridiculous. I mean, Honda's got theirs up to 18,000 or 20,000 or 22,000. In fact, that's what most of them are, Yamaha, all of them. So I do about 12,000 miles every year. That means every single year I have to tear the top of the engine off and play monkey shines with it. Yeah, that's infuriating. I don't want to have to do that every year. If it was every 2 years or every year and a half, maybe. So that needs to be fixed. That's a joke. Seriously, you guys need to stop that crap. Nobody likes it. In fact, it infuriates a lot of people, and it's literally why I didn't buy it. Seriously, I would have bought a Touareg. It's the one reason why I didn't buy it. Seriously, the one reason. So, and honestly, that's why I was looking at the Africa Twin. Number 2 on the list, and this one might be the unicorn of unicorns, though, well, the company that makes it is in, let's just call it dire straits at the moment. The KTM 390 Adventure R, that they teased the 2025 model. It has cruise control, anti-lock brakes, it's got a decent suspension. Problem is, I think that those bikes are every 9,000 to 12,000 miles on the valve clearance checks. Again, seriously. And this is the problem. Take that bike in. I don't remember how much it costs exactly. A guy told me. It's expensive. So you're going to have to spend an extra, $1,000 if you take it into the dealership for maintenance. Maintenance that if you do not perform, they will void your warranty. So yeah, that's pretty much crap. But man, it's light. It's got enough horsepower. You're talking 40 some horse, 30 some foot-pounds of torque. It's very light. We're talking 400 pounds or so. Man, that's pretty unicornish. And with cruise control, you can take it out, turn on the cruise, and go on a long trip. And it has a long enough suspension. It has an adjustable suspension, it looked to be. Man, that is a unicorn. Again, it's literally just the valve adjustments, the valve adjustment intervals and checks. I mean, it's ridiculous at this point. It's almost 2025, now it's 2024, the end of 2024. You guys should be able to figure this out. Because at this point in time, to say that, we can't do it, we can't figure it out. Harley figured it out. Seriously, everyone makes them out to be idiots. So if they can figure it out on this bike, you guys can figure it out on yours. Let's not kid each other. We know what you're doing. So this was pretty much, dear adventure bike manufacturers. Yeah, this is pretty much what everybody wants. Base level analog brakes is probably okay. It doesn't have to have 150 horsepower. I mean, yes, I have a bike that does that, but I don't need it. Honestly, a 900, 975 version of this would probably be fine. I probably don't need the electronic suspension. A somewhat adjustable, decently adjustable suspension is probably enough for me. And this is the last thing. You know, all these things, you put them all together, this is still going to be a cheaper bike than what this is. This has all kinds of electronics and everything else on it. Your prices are getting too high. And I know. Oh, we got to sell the flagship bike. Here's what I'm going to tell you. And I know that if you have any brains whatsoever in your heads, your marketing team or whoever it is, they're going to tell you straight up, look, things are bad all over. The world economy is kind of going into the crapper. So, great, we can sell some of these. But if you want to continue to make bikes and sell them, you're going to have to compromise a little bit. I know, you put the cruise control and all these extra farkles and things on these big bikes because that's where all the money is. You better start rethinking things. And this includes Harley. No one's going to spend $13,000, $14,000 on a beginner bike. And that's pretty much what your 975 Sportsters are. And you don't have a beginner, you know, ADV. You might, maybe. Next year in January, I'll find out you put one out. But really, somewhere between 400, 450, and 800, 900 cc's is probably where most guys would be okay with it being. You know, between 40 and 80, 90 horsepower, 100 horsepower even. I mean, that's serviceable. You know, 50, 30, somewhere around there, 30 to 50 foot-pounds of torque. It's enough. And I know most of you manufacturers will never watch this, but if you are watching this and you are an adventure bike rider, owner, put down in the comments what you'd like to see. I do read every comment, and I read comments on other YouTubers' videos, and most of them, the comments, you notice that, you know, you'll see something like, oh, they came out with the new updated Tenere, and the first comment you'll see, and it won't be mine usually, it's, you guys did all this work, where's the cruise control? Oh, the new Trans out. Hey, you guys did all this work, where's the cruise control? Yeah, that's a big one. I mean, you're talking about a 700cc bike or bigger, there should be cruise control on it. Even on the 400s, and apparently KTM was listening. Problem is, KTM is in a rough spot right now. So, and really, it's mostly their own doing. Trying to upcharge people after 900 miles or 1,500 kilometers for items that are already on the bike. Yeah, that makes people go, the hell with that. I'll buy something else that I won't get an extra charge on. So, yeah, this pay-to-play stuff, maybe it works with people with lots of money, maybe. But the average guy who you're literally trying to sell to, no. In fact, it will infuriate them and make them go buy another maker's bike. Hey, don't listen to me. Look at your own bottom line. I guess that's it. Like I said, down in the comments, let me know what you guys think. Seriously, a lot of common sense needs to be put back into things. Just more isn't always great. So, like, comment, subscribe, click that ding link to be notified of any videos I'm coming out with. And stay safe out there. Bye, y'all.